What is poppin'? Welcome back to Buttered Up. I'm Tyler. That's Shane. We got a whole bunch of good stuff to talk to you about today.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Sony and GTA. No more physical discs. They're done. Your video games, your DVDs, all digital now. We'll be talking the Dune 3 trailer. Is Dune the greatest franchise ever? We'll talk about it. Doomsday, where's the trailer for Doomsday? How am I supposed to get excited for Dune and Doomsday? The Doomsday,
Doomsday.
if there's no trailer. Jason Momoa is back in Dune. Spoiler alert, not really a spoiler, it's in the trailer. We're going to talk Spider-Man Brand New Day, and our movie of the week is Shane.
Minions
Versus Monsters.
Is it verse or and? Minions Monsters.
Minions with the monsters in the movies.
That physical media stuff, that's crazy. This is insane. And for those that aren't caught up to date, if you're living under a rock, GTA 6 comes out in fall. I already took PTO. And they're not releasing any physical media, like any physical disc with it, which is crazy. And then Sony, like a week ago from recording this, they said that they're not going to be supporting disc in sales or just like in general past 2027 or something like that, 27, 28, something like that. It's coming. That's crazy to me because they're already like Sony's also like super weird about it because they had that thing come out where they were like, if you don't access your Sony account within like X amount of days, we can like take everything away or something like that, which is crazy. Like how can this company like own all of this and us not own anything? Like what is happening?
Yeah, they don't want you to own anything. There's an issue right now with movies and TV shows that if you buy them, not rent, but you buy the media license on Prime Video, on the Apple Store, wherever, you don't actually own that media. You just own the license to watch it. So at any point, let's say you buy Step Brothers, right? You want to watch Step Brothers on Prime Video. At any point, the studio that owns Step Brothers could say, actually, we want to cut the rights to this. We're taking it back. And that movie that you owned on your Prime account is now gone. You no longer have it. And the same can be said about video games. Yes, we live in a world where most games, I think these days, are produced by Sony, or they're produced by Xbox, and they're exclusives. But there could be a time where Rockstar says, you know what, GTA 5, I know people are still playing it, but let's cut access to all digital copies to force everyone to GTA 6. That could happen.
And they already do that with so many different games right now. That's why that like Save Games Act is so important right now. That just went to, I think California just had like some big court hearing on it. It's like Save Games or Save the Games or something like that.
Now, I obviously am very informed about this, but for anyone that may not be, definitely not me, but anyone who may not be, maybe explain
for listeners at home.
For the listeners at home that may not be informed, explain the Save Game Act.
So I don't know if that's the actual title of it. It's like similar to that. So they're pretty much trying to propose that if people like you and I buy a game, we should always have access to that game to some extent, whether that be like the ability to go and play it offline or like giving the community the ability to run it ourselves. There should be no world where we buy a game and then they just take all abilities away from playing that game. That's pretty much what the whole gist of it is, if I understand correctly. So it's pretty much just like putting it back into like the consumer's hands, because this already happened. Like there was a game called The Crew, and I really liked that game. It was like a racing game. Then they were just like, you know what? We don't feel like working on this anymore. So they just took it off everything. So now I can never play it again. It's sad. Like what is that? But like, I mean, I could lean over here, and
Shane is leaning off camera.
I could watch Lord of the Rings whenever I want because I bought it, But if I buy it somewhere else, I can't watch it whenever I want. Like what's this?
And they're going to tell you that it's for the environment. They're going to tell you a lot of different things, but it's more profitable for them to sell you a digital copy than it is a physical copy. And I know, because I got hate on my own personal TikTok when I talked about this. Nobody buys physical games anymore. You're an old man, you're a boomer, you're an unk if you're still buying physical copies of games or movies or whatever. But you can't take them away from me if I own them and they're in my own home. And that's an important piece that I think people are missing. Now,
I agree.
I don't own a DVD player. I don't own a Blu-ray player. I also don't own an Xbox that has a disc reader. I have the virtual only Xbox. Okay.
Yeah.
So
You're
I
part of
have
the
no
problem.
dog in this. I have no dog in this fight. But I can tell you that on behalf of those that have physical media, I stand with you and I support you. And Minion Bob and Gooby support you.
Sony is Gooby the Deceiver. That's Sony. Down with Sony. No, I have a bunch of DVDs. I want to one day have like a wall where I could just like look through it with like a candle and just find find something like random that I want to watch. I want that ability because God knows that Netflix in 2040 is going to be it's going to only have one thing that you can watch a day, and it's just like reruns of The Office, and you have to pay like $40 a month.
Oh my God, I know. So, but I have a question, Shane. So, because they're going to get rid of physical games, they're getting rid of the factories that make physical games. That means that the game, because it's only digital, should be more affordable to me, the consumer, right?
Yes, right. And the only company that is able to pull something like this off is Rockstar. These other companies cannot do this. Like Rockstar is the only company that I'll pay $100 for GTA 6. I'll pay $200 for it because they have that track record of it being badass. But if Ubisoft comes out and releases a game, I'm not going to pay, what was it, like $70, $80, and I don't even get the disc. Back in the day, when we bought the Ultimate Edition for a game, like when I bought the Ultimate Edition for GTA 5 when that came out, I got like a whole map. I got like posters. I got like other digital media I could use. Like I got a bunch of cool stuff. And nowadays, I'll just get like a shirt in game.
But it's already started, right? You can buy, I'm on GameStop's website right now. A brand new game will cost you $70 to $80 already.
Yeah. No,
remember when a game was $45, $50? And look, we're unks, we're boomers. I know, 6, 7, whatever. But this is unreasonable. And I get it. Things are more expensive and there's labor, and Shane, you're right. But the problem is GTA will just be the start of what will be an avalanche of games and things costing more money than they probably should.
I agree. However, I do think that other companies understand that GTA 6 does have that motion. So I don't think they're going to have the cojones to release any games at $80 anytime soon. In the future, years down, maybe a couple years down the line, I think they would try it because they did that for $70 games because it's like next generation and like all that crap. But GTA 6 is the only game where it's like that makes sense.
Okay, you say that. You say that.
There's no other companies releasing a game in the month that GTA 6 comes out. There's none. Companies are delaying their games so they don't have to release when GTA 6 comes out. That's
Halloween, the game, will run you $150 for the limited collector's edition. But that's still an insane amount of money.
Halloween, the game?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's Halloween, the game, limited collector's edition, PlayStation 5, $149.99. It will release on October 6th, 2026.
That's crazy. I don't even know what that game is. And it's releasing for that.
It's like the movie, like Mike Myers.
Yeah, no, I know the movie. Oh, it's like that Friday the 13th game that was really good a while back. That's what that is. Okay, that makes sense.
It makes
Yeah, no,
sense to pay
it's crazy. No.
$149.99.
It makes sense that I know what that game is now. There's no game on this planet that should come close to that amount.
Oh
It's
my.
like even a Rockstar game couldn't pull that off, and they understood
Well,
that, which is why the Ultimate Edition is $100, which I will buy
yeah.
immediately.
Okay. The standard version is $39.99, but if you want the collector's edition, it's $150.
For $150, you better get Mike Myers himself to come in and plug it in for you. That's crazy. What?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know where it's going to go. It'll be interesting to watch it develop. Sony sucks. Put that out there. Sony's the worst. They did help develop Blu-ray. Sony did. They don't own it, but they did have a big dog in the fight at developing Blu-ray, if I understand correctly. So hopefully that doesn't bleed into DVDs or anything, because I love it, man. I love having it. So.
As the Joker once said was it The Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yep, that's the one.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
When was Sony the hero?
with Blu-ray.
Sony was the hero when Uncharted 4 came out. That was the last time they were the hero.
Sony was the hero when they were going to release The Interview, and then North Korea tried to shut it down. Which, speaking of North Korea, we have no problems with. Let me just put this on the record. North Korea, we have no problems with you. We love what you're doing. Sorry, I was channeling my inner Tim Dillon there. North Korea, friend of the show.
What I guess, like, what's next for media, do you think? Like, do you think, because we're already having this weird subscription thing going on, excuse me, and then we have this weird thing where, like you said, like we get like limited licenses to view these products. Like what possibly could they do next?
I mean, it's going to be consolidation, right? We were already seeing it with Paramount buying Warner Brothers. We know Netflix was trying to buy Warner Brothers. That didn't pan out. Somehow Netflix gets paid money for not buying Warner Brothers. That's a whole wild thing I don't fully understand. But it's going to be consolidation. These big firms, these big TV movie conglomerates are going to try to buy up as much as possible. I mean, Disney's the original one to do this, right? Because they bought Star Wars, they bought Marvel,
they went on
Pixar
a
years ago.
Spree.
That was kind of the Bob Iger method, and I think we're going to see more of that. I mean, there's been rumors, it's just rumors, that Apple wants to buy Disney. That's something that's been talked about for years. So I think you're going to start to see some of these bigger conglomerates, the Apples, the Amazons, the Paramounts. They're going to come in.
Anything.
Apple could buy anything. Paramount bought MGM Studios, not Paramount, Prime. Amazon bought MGM Studios. They own James Bond now. And I think that's where we're heading. We're heading to a world where there are three companies and they own all the media and all the movie and all the TV and all the actors. And you can complain as much as you want that you don't like something, but you're going to have less of a say in how those things turn out.
I feel like they'll be less enticed for it to be them to make really good movies because that's not like their main dog in the fight. You know what I mean? Like Apple just prints money, so they don't need to make the movies good. However, I will say Apple does make some pretty fire stuff, like randomly.
Bangers.
Like this is just like a side project for them. They just like make random bangers.
Bangers. F1,
like Shrinking,
great
F1,
movie.
Severance. What was that John Hamm one where Friends with Neighbors or Friendly Neighbor, whatever, that one's good. Like a bunch of random crap, like just super good stuff. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the direction we're going. It's a little scary, so we'll see what happens.
Can I take a moment to address friend of the show, Jodie Foster? Okay, Jodie Foster. This message is for you. If you're not Jodie Foster,
for you
just
directly.
fast forward a little. For you directly. If you're not Jodie Foster, just fast forward a few seconds, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know how long this rant's going to be, but fast forward a little bit, and you can pick up in a second. What are you saying? You're saying that F1 feels like it was written by AI? It wasn't written by AI. You're
No,
just jealous that
no.
the big studios aren't calling your name to be in movies. You're
Mm-hmm.
upset that Brad Pitt was in a movie and it was super successful. And where's this coming from? This movie came out, what, 3 years ago now at this point? Why is this even a talking point? You're just mad and you're just jealous that you're not involved in Hollywood as much as you would like to be. Actually,
Ooh.
if at
Tell
all,
him.
when was the last time Jodie Foster was in a movie?
Ooh, I don't know. No clue. Not a big Jodie Foster fan.
So get off your high horse. Enough of this. You want to be relevant because you used a keyword like AI that you knew the media would pick up on, but I'm not buying it. You
I'm
are
not
just jealous
buying what you're
and
selling.
sad. Thank you, Jodie, friend of the show.
Speaking of incredible movies, Dune 3 released their official trailer today. Oh
Woot
my
woot.
god. Oh, I'm so excited. This movie is gonna be cinema. I'm so excited. They're cooking. Ludwig Göransson is cooking in the studio. I wanted to fight for Paul in that trailer alone. I can only imagine. I'm gonna get goosebumps in that theater. God, I saw Dune 2 like 3 times in theaters. Oh, it's gonna be
How
so
many
good.
times? This is a question. How many times have you watched Dune at home?
Which one? Dune 1 or 2? Dune 2.
One or two. Yeah, one or
I've
two.
seen Dune 1 once in theaters, and then I've seen Dune 1 like 2 or 3 times at home. It's hard to watch in comparison to Dune 2. It is so slow, and it's just a lot of like, this is gonna happen. This happens because this happened. It's just very, very slow. And then Dune 2, oh, they're cooking. They're cooking. I've seen that like 3 or 4 times at home, but it is not a home. It's not a home movie at all. It's a theater movie.
So that's always been my take with the Dune movies.
Mm-hmm.
Visually, maybe the most stunning movies ever made. They're that good. But I don't know how much impact Dune will have once it is wrapped up because of what you just said. They're hard to watch at home. They're
I'm sure they
movies
said
that
that about
made for
Star Wars,
theaters.
though. Don't you think?
Yeah, but Star Wars, there's just something about it, whether it's the campiness of it, it feels very homey. The characters in it are a little bit more cartoony, which I think fits more for the TV at home.
Yeah, I got you.
Where I love Dune. I think Dune 1 and Dune 2 are some of the greatest pieces of film ever made, and I'm sure Dune 3 will be just as good.
I hope so.
But it doesn't really have the staying power that I feel most billion-dollar franchises tend to have, right? You never hear
like, I will show Dune my kids will see Dune.
Right,
I'll see the whole trilogy. Like, that's my mentality. Like,
but we're movie people. I'm talking the regular person that, goes to their 9 to 5 job every single day. They might go see Dune in the theaters, but then they'll instantly move on, right? I don't know. I find it's an interesting societal thing where we like this movie, but it's almost like the Avatar movies, right? Where people say, the Avatar movies have no staying power.
The Avatar movies do not have any staying power. I'm sorry. If you've seen an Avatar movie at home after watching it at the theater, that's kind of crazy to me. I love the Avatar movies. I have so much fun every time I go see them, and I think they're masterpieces on the screen. I will not watch that at home.
Yeah, that's how I feel about Dune.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Man, see, I don't feel the same way. I don't know. I think it's just because like the score or just like the acting or just like everything. Like I just like when I'm seeing clips of like Dune on my phone, I'm like, yeah, that movie rocks. That movie's badass. I should watch that again. But when I see clips of Avatar on my phone, I'm like, okay, this was a good movie. I remember watching this.
I'd be more inclined to watch Avatar at home than I would Dune.
I would watch all of Dune 2 just to see the Paul Atreides scene where he's recruiting all of Arrakis again. Yeah, I would watch all of it just to get to that scene again. I'm Paul Waldy Atreides, Duke of Arrakis. Oh my god.
But like until I watched the trailer and until you just said it, I didn't remember Timothy Chalamet's character's name. I just noticed Timothy Chalamet. What's Zendaya's character's name? I don't know it. What is Javier Bardem's character's name? I don't know it. Jason Momoa's
I don't
character's
remember.
name? I don't know it. Florence Pugh's character's name? I don't know it.
She's the Emperor's daughter. Okay.
Sure, Christopher
So
Walken. I assume he's just playing himself. I don't
he's the
know.
Emperor. Austin Butler is just the antagonist.
Is he
Robert
dead?
Pattinson. Yeah, he died in the last one.
No, he died. Yeah.
Yeah. Robert Pattinson's gonna be the new antagonist. Oh my god.
Austin
He's
Butler
gonna
still
cook.
playing Elvis in every movie.
He's gonna cook. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He's got like the acting range of like Robert Pattinson, so which is why they both were probably the antagonists
Are you
casted.
kidding me? Robert Pattinson may be one of the greatest actors we have in Hollywood right
That's what I'm saying.
He-
Yeah, no, I like Austin Butler. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
okay.
I'm
I thought-
giving him
okay,
his
I
flowers.
Got it, okay. I thought we were
no,
insulting
Robert.
Robert
I'm a
Pattinson.
huge Robert Pattinson fan. I think he's extremely talented. And one of the reasons I'm so excited for Dune 3 is because I'm excited to see him on screen to see what he's got. It's gonna be.
So is he-
I think it's gonna be really cool.
So he's in Dune 3. Is he in the Odyssey? He is, right?
Yes, he
Pattinson?
is. Yeah.
And then we'll see him again as Batman. I mean, what a
Yep.
what a run.
This guy has made, how many movies has he made between Batman 1 and 2? He was just in the drama. He was just in,
Mickey 17, which
Mickey 17.
if you haven't seen Mickey 17, that may be one of the greatest plane
Someone else.
movies of all time.
that's a plane movie. Yeah,
That's a plane.
that's a
I saw it
plane
in
movie if I've ever
theaters,
seen
but
one.
that's a great plane movie.
Maybe when I fly to San Diego, I'll watch it. Because that's a
For
great plane.
Comic Con?
No, I
Oh.
didn't get tickets for Comic Con.
Oh, well,
We'll go next year.
got it. Okay.
We'll present for Marvel next year.
Yeah,
Like,
I like
here
that.
comes Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor
Strange.
Strange. And he'll be like a variant. And they paid him like $400 billion just to appear. Speaking
And he'll
of,
be.
speaking of, where is the Doomsday trailer?
I think the Doomsday trailer is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, no, this movie is going to. This movie's going to suck. Is my theory.
You think so?
I don't think they know what they're doing. I think they're panicking. I think, or it's so much CGI that they can't show it because we just can't look at it because it's just going to be so much CGI.
I don't know. It's got to just be their marketing strategy, right? They just want to keep it a secret for
Do
as
they have
long
the
as
motion
possible.
of Rockstar though? Because
Yeah,
Rockstar
but
hasn't
we're talking
released
about it.
anything really as well.
People are talking about it. I mean,
Yeah.
how many views did the Avenge chairs get?
They got a ton. No, this movie's got motion. I'm not denying that it doesn't have motion. I just don't believe that they know what they're doing, which is why we don't have a trailer. Maybe we'll get a trailer at Comic-Con, and that's why they're like waiting. A Comic-Con is on July 22nd or 23rd, something like that. So it's coming soon. So maybe we'll get something soon.
So
I don't know.
supposedly Marvel has a panel back at Hall H for the first time in I think about a year or 2 years. But that hasn't been confirmed. We were checking the San Diego Comic-Con website before we started recording today. There's no official schedule out or announcement of who's going to be there. It's rumored that Marvel will have Hall H again to make a big showing for Doomsday. I can't imagine why they wouldn't do that. I think there's assumption that DC will be back. They have other things they need to promote as well. Like Clayface, like the Batman, like the next Superman movie. So it should be a really exciting Comic-Con, but nothing's confirmed yet, even from San Diego Comic-Con themselves. So we just don't know what will actually come.
What are you more excited for? Are you more excited for Dune Part 3, Avengers Doomsday, or Superman Man of Tomorrow?
Well, I will see Superman Man of Tomorrow, but I can't say it's. I'm not like shaking in my chair, like, ooh, I can't wait
Mm-hmm.
for the next
I mean,
one.
obviously, that's kind of unfair putting that one against the other two, but
Yeah.
that was like my DC one I could pull out.
I guess Doomsday would be the answer, but mostly because
You're
I
mostly
grew
excited
up.
for Doomsday?
Well, I grew up with the Avengers and I grew up
Yeah.
with
Yeah, me
Marvel,
too.
so it has more
Yeah.
of a sentimental value to me. Dune 3, I think, has a better chance of being the better movie, but I don't I don't know. I just have the sentimental attachment to the Avengers and to
To
Marvel.
our
And I think that's what
characters.
they're
Yeah.
banking on, right? They don't
Oh yeah,
necessarily
it's just
need
gonna
to
be
put out a
a
trailer.
it's just
I
gonna
mean,
be a what's it called? Like a cameo fest. Like
but I'm okay with
Deadpool
that.
and Wolverine made $250,000,000 and it was just like a bunch of cameos, but I had fun. The movie sucked, but I had fun.
I think Marvel has found its formula. They are the Super Bowl for nerds. They will come out every year or every 2 years. They'll come out with this huge blockbuster event like Avengers Doomsday, like Secret Wars, whatever the next projects are, whether it's another Deadpool movie. They know what they're doing, they know the formula. Their goal isn't to tell you the best story. Their goal is to give you the most action and the craziest stuff you've ever seen on camera. It's the Super Bowl for nerds.
Do you know what I am most excited for? I'm just now realizing. I'm not excited for Doomsday. I'm excited for what comes after Doomsday. I want Doomsday to come out and I want it to be whew, clean slate. Whew, clean slate. Everyone's dead or whatever. It's over. And then dun dun dun, dun X-Men movie. Oh, yeah.
So X-Men's coming.
Uh-huh. I'm so
it's-
excited for that. I'm excited for Doomsday to be over so I can see
Well,
the
you have two
X-Men
movies.
movie. Well,
You have Doomsday,
and
then Secret Wars. Yeah. And is it Jack? Who's directing?
They're looking for like unknown actors for these X-Men,
Yeah.
and I'm hype for that. I'm so
Do
hyped
they
for that.
already have a cast member of the X-Men that we will meet very shortly in Spider-Man Brand New Day?
I have been seeing that theory so much, and I am inclined to believe it, but also I don't want to believe it because I don't know if I want her to be Jean Grey. I'll say it.
I think it's going to be. It would be the shock of the century for it not to be Jean Grey at this point. But this is another example. Granted, this is majority a Sony movie, partially a Marvel production, but it's another thing where they're keeping us in the dark, where they don't want you to know all the facts until you go into the movie.
Yeah, I mean, last time that Sony was involved, we got Doctor Strange. We got what else? We got like Andrew.
Well, we knew Doctor
Toby,
Strange was in the
all
movie.
them.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't know Garfield. We didn't know
Mm-hmm.
Toby.
What do you think's going on in the Spider-Man movie? You think he's like just like mutating to become more like Toby's Spider-Man, or like is it just another one of those movies where he's just like emotional and then has trouble with his powers again?
So I think this movie is going to serve a couple purposes. It's going to serve the purpose of starting a new trilogy for Sony in the Spider-Man world, and it also serves the purpose of opening the doors to the mutant saga for the greater Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I feel Sadie Sink is most likely going to be Jean Grey. She has to be, because we're watching Peter Parker mutate, and he's got to go to his mutation expert in Bruce Banner and the Hulk to learn why this is happening to him. And I think Sadie Sink is probably going to be doing the same thing.
Here's the question, though. Let's say Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. Doomsday comes out. Does that mean that after Doomsday and Secret Wars going into X-Men, she's still Jean Grey? She like omnipotent, or is like do you think Doomsday and Secret Wars are going to happen and it's just going to be like, oh, we're back in the MCU, starting kind of fresh. Here are all the mutants that have been around this whole time. I feel like what they need to do is Doomsday, Secret Wars, blank, fresh slate. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
how does she fit into, like, is Jean Grey just like omnipotent and she's the same across all dimensions? Or is this just like a new dimension that we're seeing and then she's in the X-Men as opposed to, do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, she won't be the same because we know that Charles Xavier and the X-Men we're going to get in Doomsday are going to be from the Fox era X-Men. And we know that James Marsden is back. So no, I don't think she'll be the only Jean Grey across universes, but I do think they'll do a soft reset of the MCU.
Well, if Jean Grey is available in this Spider-Man movie, where are all the other mutants and where have they been this entire time? How are they going to explain that?
I think I know nothing, absolutely nothing. But if I was writing this,
they're digging themselves a hole. I think, unless they fresh slate it.
If I was writing this movie, I would link it back to the triple snaps we got in Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. And when that happened, there was mass cosmic radiation that triggered a gene in a lot of people to mutate.
What about Apocalypse then? Apocalypse was the first mutant
but not in the MCU. Yeah, but not in the MCU.
But I like Apocalypse.
I know, but he's not in the MCU yet. But okay, so we know
he was in the X-Men movies, and we're getting those characters back. So Apocalypse is a thing,
true,
just not in our MCU, I guess.
Yeah. So I think.
Oh my god.
So it's complicated, but Miss Marvel, the show on Disney Plus, which if you have not watched it, is really, really good. I think it got a lot of.
Slow your horses.
It was really good.
Good.
It was really good. I loved it. I love the character of Miss Marvel. I think she's so fun.
She's so fun.
And I think one of the things that they explored in that show was the idea that Kamala had this underlying gene, and the bands that she gets in the show just helped bring that gene out of her, right? So her powers were always in her. Yes. And I think I think that's the route Marvel's going to go with. They're going to go with the route that people have always had it in them, but it wasn't unlocked without some sort of tool, without some sort of technology, or now because of the snap, they're going to find more and more people are going to start having these issues. And it'll kind of bring us full circle to the very first X-Men movie with that came out with Fox, where you had Professor X taking these children who are waking up with these weird powers and their parents don't know how to handle them, and he's going to bring them to his brand new X mansion. And yeah, that'll be the story. That's how I think we're going to loop back.
Do you know who I just casting? Do you know who would be a perfect Mr. or Dr. or Professor X? What the hell? Do you know who would be a perfect Professor X? Just bing.
I have my theory, but I mean, I have my idea, but I'm curious.
Who do you think would be?
No, you go first.
Ralph Fiennes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
He's too good for Marvel, but that would be really nice.
I think we've missed our window, but my answer was going to be Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, that would have been really good.
But they wasted him.
You know what?
They wasted him.
He would be a great Magneto as well.
That's an even better answer. Yeah, I think he'd be a great Magneto.
Ralph Fiennes, Professor X, and John. What was it? I don't want to butcher his name.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito as Magneto. That would be fire. That would be heat.
Oh my god!
You could feel the passion from him.
But Marvel wasted it. They wasted him, putting him in Captain America: Brave New Day as Brave New Day, Brave New World. What? Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah. Brave New Day is coming up. Yeah, Brave New World.
Brave New World. Wow, very similar. They wasted him. He's like a nondescript character. Why did they do that? He's one of the greatest actors that have ever walked the earth.
I think Magneto is one of the most complicated and deep characters in Marvel. Whoever got whoever plays that character, good luck, dude. Good luck. Whoever's going to be that new Magneto, good luck. And I wish you the absolute
How
best. There's not many
how do
people that can
they
pull that off.
how do you think they do the story of Magneto? Because we have gotten pretty far from where Magneto's origin story comes from, which is
They
the
got to do it.
Holocaust,
They
right?
have to do it.
But he'd be
They
so
gotta do it.
old.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. But the X-Men movie should not be in present day.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more.
It should be like early 2000s. X-Men, the new X-Men movie should take place early 2000s. So we can get those. We need those backstories in these characters. That makes the most sense. And the people that are watching this movie want to see that in that time, I believe. No one wants to see Jean Grey using an iPhone or Cyclops using an iPhone. At least I don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. Counterpoint: you go with a character, an actor of color, for Magneto, and you use the civil rights movement as the backstory instead of the Holocaust. Considering Stan Lee and Steve Ditko wrote X-Men based off of the civil rights movement.
Yeah. That's bald knowledge.
Yeah.
I think that would work. However, how do I navigate this conversation?
People will call it woke, and
I liked his original origin story. I think that's the best version of the character that I personally enjoy the most. I think they shouldn't touch that if they have any sense, but knowing them, they may. I don't know. This is going to be interesting. When is Magneto coming? Do you think? Do you think he's going to be? How many movies down this new line is Magneto going to show up? I hope he's early. He needs to be early. He needs to be an X-Men.
Immediately, right? I think immediately.
Yeah, he needs to be.
I would be shocked if he wasn't immediately in there.
I agree. He needs to be an X-Men, and I want it to be all young cast members. I want it to be all fresh, new, cool stuff. And please, Marvel, give Cyclops some justice. You do it in X-Men 97, do it in live action. Give us our boy, make him like interesting and and a leader for once, please. I feel like they've never done that, and it's such a waste. I love that character.
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the X-Men go. And so it will be directed by Jake Schreier, who directed the Thunderbolts. While financially it may not be the most successful Marvel movie, it's definitely one of the better told stories, at least in the recently. Last. Yeah, it was really, really good. So I have high hopes that whatever storyline they go with, because I think they're bringing the writers from Thunderbolts to this as well. So it should be written by the same people that Thunderbolts, and directed by Jake Schreier. So I don't know. I think we'll have an interesting story.
They did a really good job with the dynamic between the team members in Thunderbolts. So if they bring that energy to X-Men, I think we've got something cooking. Can I say the same about Doomsday, Secret Day, or Secret Wars? No, I cannot.
Do you think the first X-Men movie will be X-Men versus the New Avengers?
No, because it would wash them. X-Men would wash the New Avengers.
Okay, here's my pitch for the first X-Men movie.
Okay,
they're starting to come. Okay, ready? This is the pitch. You have Charles Xavier and Magneto. They're working together. They're looking for these young mutants that they're finding all over the place. The New Avengers, who are influenced by Val, are working with the DODC, and they're trying to find these mutants before Charles Xavier and Magneto do. And what ends up happening is you have if they come, like you said, from an earlier era and they were just hiding the shadows, and you have Jean Grey and you have Cyclops and you have Beast and you have all these characters that have been kind of just hiding in the background, now they're in the spotlight like the new Avengers are in the spotlight, and they clash at each other, and that's the movie, and that sets up X-Men.
Well, how would you? So I get that. How would they do that if we have X-Men set in the past? Do we have to recast all of the actors or make them look 25 years older?
I think so. I'm doing okay. Instead of it being a full period piece, it introduces us with them back in 2001. I don't know. That's my pitch.
I see what you're saying, and I wouldn't be upset at that. To be honest,
that's my pitch. Marvel, I'm open to work. I will happily write this movie for you, and we can call it New Mutants versus New Avengers.
One more Marvel thing I wanted to touch on as well. I like that name. One more Marvel thing I wanted to touch on as well, because before I forget. So, Secret Wars is the first edition where we see Spider-Man using the symbiote suit. That's the first.
You think so?
That's the first ever instance. It's the
in the comics, yeah,
where he's like, and he's like wearing like the black symbiote suit.
Yeah,
I think this is a theory that I saw and I believe as well. Spider-Man dies at the end of Brand New Day. They're going to bring Spider-Man back in Secret Wars, and he's getting reanimated, brought back to life with the symbiote, and we're going to see him in Secret Wars, Black Suit Spider-Man, first time back.
That would be insane. I might actually cry. I might actually cry. Like, it takes a lot to bring me to tears in the movies. That might be the thing to do it.
That would be next level.
Yeah. What
do you think of that? You like that idea?
I like it. Let me add one element to it.
All right, do it.
This is Secret Wars, right?
Yeah.
So Tobey Maguire comes back, and he's like, "Oh no, I've seen this before. You think it's helping you? It's not." He's like, "Shut up, Toby. What do you know? You're just like a youth pastor dancing." That's my pitch. Maybe that's not as good as my mutant pitch, but that's my pitch.
No, I would love if they had like that sort of interaction, because I mean, he even said that like they both had interactions with aliens before, and then Andrew Garfield was like, "Oh, I want to see an alien."
And then Andrew Garfield and Topher Grace are just taking pictures, like. Topher Grace comes back in Secret Wars. I'm calling it now.
I would love. Do you think Andrew Garfield's going to be in Doomsday or Secret Wars, or just Toby?
I think you're more likely to see Andrew Garfield than you are Toby.
Oh, no. Toby's in it, for sure. He's been hanging out with those guys, like, religiously lately. Because they're filming together. There's no way.
Toby doesn't roll out of bed for less than $20 million, right? Like,
and they probably gave it to him.
Maybe, but they're spending
how much money he
so
made on
much.
The last Spider-Man.
Right, but he's a titular character in that movie.
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll spend that kind of cash for him to be kind of a secondary piece or a cameo.
Think Sir Patrick Stewart didn't ask for a lot of money?
He'll do anything. He's an American Dad. Like, he has never turned down work. That man will do. If you knock on his door and say, yeah, probably. I don't know. I think those guys just want one last run, you know?
Yeah. Patrick Stewart said he was done. He said this was it. He's retired.
Well, yeah, he's like 99. How old is Patrick Stewart?
I don't know. He's ancient. I'm really surprised. I mean, thank goodness that his like character is just this. Because anything more than this, that poor guy wouldn't have made it through the shooting.
He's 85 years old.
Good. If I was 85 years old in a Marvel movie, dude, I made it.
He's in great shape for 85. But, yeah, I mean, by the time they film the next ones, he's not going to make it to Secret Wars. And I'm not saying Patrick Stewart. I'm saying the character. I would be shocked
Oh,
Shocked if Charles
no,
Xavier
no.
by Patrick Stewart's Secret Wars.
Absolutely
Utterly
not.
shocked.
Or they filmed his scenes already. One of the two.
Yeah, that's fair. They could have done that.
Yeah. What? So with that Spider-Man theory, a lot of like the reception around Spider-Man test screenings have been extremely positive until the end.
Yeah.
It had like people are not happy with this ending.
Do you think?
Because he dies.
Is it? I don't think if he actually dies in the movie, I don't think they would show that at a test screening because they wouldn't want that to get out. Because that, I know they're pretty good about protecting stuff like that.
I just saw a
but I
test
just
screening
don't think
yesterday
they'd show
for just
it.
a random movie.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't say or they'll like kill me.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything exciting. But
Mr. Test Screener over here. Look at you.
it's fun.
Man, this podcast has changed you.
Yeah, sorry. I was doing it before we started this, by the way. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see it. I'll definitely be there. And we'll definitely talk about it, see what's going on when it comes out.
You will definitely talk about it, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I will. You'll see it too. And then we'll talk about it. It'll be late. Yeah. I'll definitely be posting initial reactions way before you get back because he's going on a trip to Egypt. He's gonna go see Apocalypse.
And London. I'm gonna go be hanging out with Tom Holland and Tom. Is Tom Hardy? Is he English?
I don't know. He's something over there.
I'll be hanging out with Tom Holland, Tom Hardy, other British Toms, and Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
British.
Yeah.
There we go.
We saw Minions. We should talk about that.
Minions and Monsters. For the folks at home that are audio listeners, we know you're out there. Thank you, Buttered Up. We don't have a name for our fans yet, but we'll come up with one, I'm sure.
Our colonels.
Yeah. It sounds too military.
Yeah, it does.
I have drawn. This is Bob and this is Goombi. Though Bob is not really in the movie, more than just like a little bit.
Is Bob in the movie?
Yeah, they're in the post-credit scenes.
I didn't stay. I didn't stay for the post-credit scenes.
Well, it's not isn't it like in the trailer in the credits? They do those little vignettes with the minions. They bring back Stuart, Kevin, and Bob. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Clearly, you didn't watch my TikTok where I informed everyone which minions were which. Nope, that I posted on our Buttered Up channel because that was important information to know going into the movie.
My bad. I know that this movie was about the birth of Hollywood, and the Minions literally birthed Hollywood, and there was a lot of like homages to early cinema in this movie, which I thought was really, really cool, and they did actually a really good job at that. Like paying homage to early cinema, which obviously audiences would have no clue because this was for children, which I thought was a little weird, but I guess it's for like the parents or something, but whatever. I thought it was cool. I liked it.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie. I think it's a little bit slow in the beginning. It picks up.
It's a 90-minute movie, by the way. So if you felt like it was quick. Slow in a 90-minute movie, that's an issue.
Well, I just don't think so. We're gonna spoil the movie. We're just gonna jump into it. This is the Minions movie.
Oh, before we jump into it, should we do our review, like our countdown review that we always do?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, for the folks at home, I rate children's movies higher than I do, typically higher than a regular movie. I don't grade it at the same scale. I just want that to be clear.
I grade it on the same scale. It's just Shane's preference, just my preference on what I thought about this movie. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. 7.5.
7.5.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's the first time we've ever agreed in history.
Did we agree last time? I feel like we agreed last time.
We got close. We got really close.
Okay.
We didn't like agree though, but we got pretty close. So go watch that one.
Jamie, pull it up.
JMO, pull it up. I think we're off by like a few decimal points, but this is the first time we actually like agreed. This movie was a Minions movie.
It's fun. I saw it with the family on 4th of July. I had a great time. I think the family had mixed reactions, but that's a Minions movie for you.
Yeah, that's the Minions movie. There was a kid next to me. God, I went and saw this movie by myself, which is newsflash, a little depressing when you go see a Minions movie by yourself and you're surrounded by children here and here.
I've done it many times. Don't feel ashamed.
No. I love going to the movies by myself. I think it's an amazing experience. But a Minions movie in particular.
No. That's not what I was saying. I was saying I've gone to the Minions movie or Despicable Me by myself many times. Don't feel ashamed.
Okay. All right.
I wish that was a lie. Cool. It's not.
Okay. This kid next to me, he was bored. Maybe it's because kids' brains are fried, but he was visibly bored. He wasn't doing anything or anything annoying, thank God. But he was just like, he's just like he just didn't care. And I was with him. I was looking at him. I was like, yeah, man, this movie fucking this movie's slow. But yeah, no, I think the general consensus is probably the same reaction that you were feeling.
Yeah, it's a little slow in the beginning. It picks up. I think what it didn't need to tell me the backstory of the Minions again. This is the third Minions movie. We've also had, 3 Despicable Me movies? We know who the Minions are. And I think the backstory about the fact that they like to serve the most evil person is something we didn't need to see again, at least
have we seen them actively doing that though? Because there was a compilation in this movie, spoiler reveal, that they were just they just kept accidentally killing their masters, which I thought was hilarious. But
we got that in the first we got that in the first Minions.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. I don't remember that. I'm not a Minions.
Yeah. And look, most people probably don't, but I don't think we needed that. It felt like they had a bunch of Minion shorts that they had sitting around somewhere, and they were like, that could be the first 20 minutes of this movie, and they just took a bunch of Minion shorts and then spliced them together. That's kind of what it felt like at first before we actually got to the plot. Or they wrote the story of the movie. Yeah, or they wrote the movie, and they sat around and they went, it's kind of short, but we don't really want to like what can we do to add to this? And then the introduction part came after the initial story was written. Like, I'd like to know at what point they reached out to Allison Janney, Oscar-winning actress, by the way, and said, hey, we want you to play this docent at a museum of movies, and you're going to talk about the history of
for those at home. Could you explain, because some people may not know, just hypothetically what a docent is?
Well, if
so
you
can explain that for the audience.
If you've seen Friends, then you know what a docent is, right? I think I'm saying the word right. It's a person that works at a museum and gives you the tour of the museum.
Who in Friends was a docent? Was it the girl that Ross was hitting on?
Isn't Ross
Ross is a paleontologist.
Right, but he works at a museum.
As a paleontologist.
Is it? No, you know who it is? It's Joey. Joey works there part-time, because there's the episode where Joey's working at the museum and he wants to hang out with Ross, and Ross like, I'm not hanging out with you. I'm a cool scientist. You're just a loser docent.
I don't remember this, and I love Friends. But that sounds about right. And thank you for informing the audience listeners at home that a docent is someone that walks around the museum.
Right? Isn't that what it is? I hope I didn't just make that.
I have no clue. It's just like an insult. It's not.
Okay, yeah. No, this is a real thing. Docent, yeah. DOCENT. It's not how I would have spelt it, but yeah, docent is a real job.
Docent. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, there's a docent in the movie. Vocabulary
I
word
know
of the
big
day.
words. Yep. Ho ho! I'm. Oh, that's. I was gonna do. I was gonna do Elmo, but then I said I did Mickey.
Okay, move on.
Well, today's word of the day is docent.
Okay, someone lock this guy up.
A one, a two, two docents at the museum.
That doesn't sound like him. That sounds maybe a little racist, almost. I know it's the count. I know what you were trying to do, but it didn't come out. It did not come out like that.
That's the
really
count,
funny.
friend of the show. We could. Oh my god,
We should have the count
Anyways,
on.
Alice, we should have friend of the show. We can have him on. So yeah, so we have the museum curate. I guess not curator, but museum tour guide, Allison Janney. I don't know if they ever give that character name. I mean, I
She's
was
the
waiting
docent.
for her. She's the docent. I was waiting for her to be related to the League of Villains from the last movie. Doesn't happen. That's okay. And basically, we get in the beginning, we get the history of the Minions. We meet new characters: James, Henry, and Ed. Ed is deaf for some reason. That doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't really play in any way outside of the fact that I think they just thought it'd be funny if one of the Minions was deaf.
Or
I guess
inclusive.
it is. Or inclusive. Sorry.
Come on, man.
That's on me.
It doesn't make sense because they are indestructible, though.
Yeah.
So maybe he was just born that way. Poor Ed.
Yeah, so now we can't. We'll get flagged on the YouTube.
Sorry.
I know. And yeah, and there's it's Ed, Henry, James, Henry, and Ed. Henry's the one who wants to make the movie.
No,
Right,
James
but-
wants to make the movie.
James wants to make the movie.
Henry is James's good friend, and then Ed
Right.
is the deaf guy.
That's just deaf. Don't worry about him. He's just
a deaf
deaf.
cinematographer.
Yeah, so great. Yeah, and so they need monsters for their big movie because they have this grand idea to do this big
Eureka.
monster movie, and they get Goombie, voiced by
Goomby's voiced by Jesse
come
Eisenberg.
on. No, it's Trey Parker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No clue.
Oh, okay.
What?
Oh, yeah, it's Trey Parker. Yeah.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, you didn't hear like Cartman in Goombie?
No.
Yeah,
I
he
heard-
sounds like Cartman.
He sounded like tentacles the whole time. I couldn't tell.
Okay,
now that if I were to rewatch it, I probably would be able to tell. Yeah. I also didn't know that Conan O'Brien was the potty toy in Toy Story until afterwards.
Until what? Until his hair came up?
Yes. Yeah. No, actually, I didn't even notice that. I was just like, that's a nice head of hair. I had no clue until I
that's why they did the hair bit.
And I saw something on it, and I was like, oh my god, he was the potty toy, and I didn't get. So clearly, this just goes over my head, and I can't recognize it for some reason.
Well, Trey Parker was also in all the marketing for the Minions. There's a lot of clips of him doing the voices.
So I didn't watch any of the marketing for this Minion
that's
movie.
fair. That's fair. So they make a movie. Monsters apparently don't want to be in Hollywood movies. They want to be monsters. And that's the movie. That's the story. What'd you think about it? What are your thoughts?
On the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Minions movie. What are you gonna say? It was great. It was all right. It was fun. Take your family, go see it.
What was your favorite bit?
My favorite bit was when they kept killing their minion, their leaders, like their big bosses. Yeah. I really liked that bit, and then I also really liked the bit where, what was it? Anything with the leader of the Minions, Dick. anything with him is so funny. Even when he introduced himself to Bort, and he was like, "Oh, hi, Richard," and he's like, "No, my name's Dick," and he's like, "Oh, okay." It's just like really funny for audience listeners. If you haven't seen it, there's like a leader of the Minion horde, and his name is Dick, and he's very mean. So everyone just kind of like disregards him or bullies him or something because he's just mean. And his name is Dick, and it's really, really funny. And that's a bit they play on the whole time. So those are my two favorites. What about you?
I really like Jeff Bridges playing both twin brothers, which are supposed to be a play on the Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a play on the Warner Brothers. The Bright Brothers, and they have this big studio, and they're massive people, and they take the director. Who voices the director?
I don't know, but they did a really good job.
Yeah, so the director, who has a little bit of Werner Herzog in him. In fact, I thought it was Werner Herzog who did the voice. If you hear, he's kind of got a German accent, which I liked. I liked the.
Well, he talks German a little bit in it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Christopher Waltz is the director, and Jesse Eisenberg is Dort. Yeah.
Oh, he is Dort. I said Bort. Yeah, no, he is Dort. That makes sense. Yeah. What'd you think about that? Spoiler. Obviously, Dort actually was like
So they introduced Dort as this robotic alien creature who is here to take over the planet, and the minions are like, this is awesome, because they had just been fired from the movie studio that they were all working at because talkies came out, and the minions didn't know how to read scripts because all they can do is talk in Minionese, which is the official language of the Minions. It is Minionese. So take notes for the next Minion movie. They don't just speak gibberish; they speak Minionese.
Haven't we known that they speak Minionese though?
Yeah, but a lot of people they don't pay attention to the lore, and they just think it's gibberish. Who's not? I know. But it turns out, so they start to make Dort look like a loser. He lives in a studio apartment with a roommate. It's unclean. There's roaches everywhere. He's kind of a loser. He can't really talk to anybody, except he meets one woman who he falls in love with, who falls in love with him. And oh my God, he's actually an alien. He flies out on a spaceship. Whoa. Insane.
And all the minions had little spaceships. So he had his big spaceship, and they all had little spaceships, and they fought the evil bad guy, the evil bad monster named Irene.
Who is just a bunch of
goo
and eyes.
And eyes. Oh, I get it. That's funny. See, that's funny. That's like, maybe I didn't.
Did you really?
No,
Did that really go over your head?
Yeah, genuinely didn't think about it. No. Irene. Yes, that makes sense. She has a lot of eyes. So yeah, that makes sense. Did not think about anything about that. What were the other monsters' names? You don't remember?
There's
like two other big monsters that worked with them.
Phillips and Howard.
Okay.
Phillips is Bobby Moynihan. Howard is Phil Lamar.
Another bit I really liked, the Command Z. Do you remember that?
Yes.
That was really funny. So whenever they restrict the spell that summon the monsters and take them back, which they did a few times in the movie, the spell was literally Command Z, like on your keyboard when you like want to undo something. I thought that was really funny.
Was the greatest cameo of all time in this movie? Did Minions and Monsters have the greatest cameo of all time?
Why? Because of a certain director?
Because of a certain director? Yeah. Named George Lucas?
Yeah.
That was George Lucas voicing himself.
Yes, it was. Did we like George Lucas here, or did we like Martin Scorsese and Mando and Grogu, who had
George
the better
Lucas
director?
As George Lucas, trapped in a glass box at a museum, and Allison Janney won't let him leave, was so funny. It was so funny.
I thought it was funny too. I liked it. Yeah.
But was it too much like Donald Glover in Across the Spider-Verse?
I think they were like very different scenarios, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I will say though, They had some Spielberg references in that museum. Disclosure Day was not in that museum.
They animated that movie before Disclosure Day was even written.
No, I know, but there's a reason Disclosure Day wasn't in that museum. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, because it was animated and written for whatever.
Because it sucked, is why.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too. What did you think about the ending of the movie Minions and Monsters? Do you think it was too
abrupt,
but like too convoluted for a Minions movie?
What do you mean by convoluted?
Because it's kind of alluded to that the whole fight scene, Goombi, the monsters was all fake.
Yeah.
And even the scene with Alice and Janney in the museum is all just a staging for the movie being filmed by James Henry and Ed.
The whole movie was just the movie that was being filmed, which is like kind of meta, but it's also been done quite a few times before. I didn't mind it. It's a kid's movie. It's whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if it was needed. Yeah, but I would have been okay with it just kind of ending and Dork really was an alien from outer space. Like, I just don't think it needed that ending.
That, like, Hollywood was actually created by them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm picking up what you're saying. However, the kids like it, and they probably thought it was fun.
It's a Minions movie, and I don't need to think about it that deep, but I am going to think about it that deep.
Yeah, no.
And I'm just going to ask the question, why?
Because it's funny.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. That's why a lot of these things happen in these movies, Tyler. It's because it's funny.
The clown
drove,
minion.
The clown minion. I was talking about the train that drove on asphalt for like 45 minutes.
So what Shane's referencing, if you haven't seen the movie, there's a scene where the minions see a guy robbing a train, and they're like, "Oh, this is our new master. We're going to go rob this train with this guy," but he doesn't understand. He thinks the minions are coming after him. So he's running. He's on this train. He's trying to hijack it or steal money, whatever. And the minions are just chasing him to the point where all of a sudden now they've hijacked this train and they've taken it off the rails and it's going down the streets of Hollywood.
Like Inception.
And what do you,
like Inception. Going in Inception in the road.
And then what do you know? It was all just a movie. It wasn't a real train robbery. And that's how the minions get into Hollywood.
That's like the second time that happened in that movie.
Yeah.
That happens twice. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's whatever. That ending's whatever to me. The whole movie's like, will I ever see it again? No. I mean, it's a Minions movie. I don't really have any desire to. I mean, if my kids wanted to see it one day, sure.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess
that's probably the one I would show my kids. Because I was like, hey, this is like about cinema, movies, watch this one, you know? And it doesn't need to be watched in any specific order, which I kind of enjoyed. Is that this is just like an adventure.
Outside of the movie specifically, did you see the clips of the girls singing classic songs in Minionese?
Yes.
So great. Such great marketing.
Very talented those women are. I thought that this movie would be challenging because how would minions speak to each other if it's just a movie where like minions are talking to each other? But they did a pretty good job with like minionese and stuff, I thought.
Yeah. Wait, why is my camera? I mean? Yeah, definitely.
For audience listeners, his camera freaked out, but now it's fine and actually looks like how it normally does, which is pretty funny, I thought.
Yeah, but now you can see what is back there.
I can't see anything.
Oh, it's my
on my end.
Oh, it's my can.
Oh yeah, no, it's so can. Weird. No, it's his can. We're about to wrap up here in a second, anyways.
That's very true. Yeah,
but I was just saying I thought it would be challenging for the minions to speak to each other because like I wouldn't understand because they're talking gibberish minionese, and they actually did a pretty good job at like combining the languages for me to like pick up just enough to understand what they were referencing and talking about, which I thought was nice.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree completely. I mean, look, it's a fun movie. It's the Minions. I think you should go see it if you haven't already. It's a fun time out at the movies. We're kind of in a lull right now as we wait for the Odyssey and we wait for Spider-Man and a few other projects to come out. So I think if you're looking for something to do this weekend, I think go see the Minions. You won't regret it.
Or The Invite. Streets are saying The Invite's really, really good. So if you want to see something a little bit more adult, you should go see that.
And
I'll probably see it.
Is that our next topic of conversation?
It could be. Yeah.
Or
Streets
is
are
it
saying that it's awards worthy. So.
Or is it Moana live action? Will it make $1 billion?
It's not that. We're not watching that, audience. Sorry. No.
Oh,
I'll just watch the original if I want to.
Can I watch it for fun? I've never seen the original.
You can watch it for content. Go watch it. You can't watch the live action if you haven't seen the original, dummy. What?
No, I'm going to do it in reverse order. Live action, Moana 2, Moana.
Chat, kill this guy.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, okay. No, tell me how it is. It's going to suck. Tell me how it is. And I'll go see The Invite, and we'll talk about that next week. Or maybe we'll push the podcast back a day or two so we can see. Well, when does Spider-Man come out?
Spider-Man comes out. No, it comes out on.
Is the Odyssey next week?
Odyssey's the 17th.
Ah.
Spider-Man Brand New Day. Why is it not popping up on? Oh, that comes out July 31st. Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Oh, all right. No, never mind then. Okay, yeah, we'll see The Invite. That's a good one. We'll see The Invite, and then we'll talk about it next week. But thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Stay poppin'. This has been Buttered Up. Signing off.
See ya.